Hello everyone, good afternoon everyone. Am I audible? Amber, Harsh, Kiran, Puspaja, Abhay, Athira. Audible? Very good. Beji. Hanji? On? Regarding what? Hmm. Yeah, it is a historical one. If you look at the trajectory, there is a historical one. Right, it is true that conversion took place in colonial time also, and that is continuous going on. But yes, so what you are debating? सुना है दिल्ली में इतनी ठंड है कि फ्रिज में बैठ जाओ तो कम ठंड लगेगी बिल्कुल राइट I lived in Jharkhand for 4 years. Yeah, but it is not that conversion is. If you look at, let me tell you about the nature of religion. मैं सेकुलरिज्म आपको नहीं पढ़ाया. एक किताब है इंडिया एज ए सेकुलर स्टेट बाय डोनाल्ड ई स्मिथ डी स्मिथ. उसका कॉन्सेप्ट पढ़ाया मैंने आप लोग को सेकुलरिज्म. बट उसमें बहुत सारे एंगल को डिबेट किया गया है. इवन हाउ रिलीजन इज बीइंग प्रोपगेटेड, right? And conversion was the one issue. If you see the Christian is a missionary religion, right? If you look at Islam is a very aggressive missionary religion. If you talk about Hinduism never been a missionary religion, but in the later part of, in reaction to the Christianity and Islam, it has becoming more orthodox and more missionary, right? So in conversion you can see ghar wapsi. So that is the issue. Of course, today in the Hindu, there is a two FIR in somewhere in Uttarakhand, I think Rishikesh or somewhere, where the BHP person, BHP means BHP, VHP, yeah, Vishwa Hindu Parishad man, yeah, filed an FIR against Christians, missionaries, right? They are converting, but missionaries are, actually filed a counter FIR that BHP people are destroying their prayers. So, and even there is a conversion law. Many states has formed the conversion law. Karnataka also, Uttarakhand also, right? That is the issue. नॉर्थ में सब एक्सट्रीम होता है जी बिल्कुल ठंड भी और सर्दी भी देयर इज वन मूवी जमीन हैव यू सीन एक गाना है सुना है ना वो गाना नहीं सुना ये प्यार तेरा दिल्ली की सर्दी सुना है ना तरपाए तरसाए रे सुना होगा यार right. So anyway, let me talk about something very important. Anything that you want to talk about, that is conversion is also one issue that we need to talk about, right? एक दिन proper there is a law, जो भी state law है, we'll talk about several commissions, and we'll also talk about अगर commissions का recommendation है या what are the laws are there, right? And what are the loopholes, drawbacks in the law. और आज मैंने क्या देखा एक चीज मैंने आई हैव ऑब्जर्व अबाउट डीनोटिफाइड ट्राइब. Have you heard about this? मैंने लिख लिया है. There is a new government has announced a new scheme, right? Government of India has launched a new scheme called SEED, Social and Economic Empowerment for Denotified Tribe, right? And government has provided 2 crore rupees from the financial year right? From 2000, yeah, financial year 2022 to 2007, yeah, यहाँ तक है. I have noted down. Don't worry. I'll teach you whenever I'll teach you. I'll give you notes on it. Denotified tribe, nomadic tribes. क्या है, नहीं है. What are the commissions that are formed under to talk about denotified tribe? So मैंने already आज सुबह में वही notes बना रहा था, right? Because and you link everything with the government. That's very important because you are going to sit in the government jobs, right? So government jobs. In order to get government jobs, you have to need to understand government policies, right? Because you will be the part of the government, right? And you have to work along with the government, not the anti-government, right? उसी दिन मार के भगा देंगे. Fine. Anyway, yesterday we talked about few things about ombudsman, right? Now, write features of ombudsman. Features of ombudsman. Now, first feature is, ombudsman would be an impartial and independent institution. Would be impartial and independent institutions. Right? आज खत्म करना है इसको. Secondly, if you look at their investigation and proceeding should be conducted in a private manner, right? And it would be informal one. There is no formal proceeding, right? So the investigation would be done in private manner. In private manner, right? And it would be informal in nature. And it would be informal in nature. Sir, who appoints lokpal? Wait, I'll tell you. There's a selection committee. Wait, little, make a patience. Yeah. Third is that, there should be, the appointment would be non-political. It means political person cannot be appointed as an ombudsman. Appointment would be non-political. It means a political person cannot be appointed as ombudsman. Right? Then their status should be equal to the highest judicial functionaries of the country. That would be like Supreme Court judges. They're clear, Sudhir? Done? Done? Yeah. Their position, fourth, आप लोगों ने कर लिया था. हर्ष, या अंबर, अमन, क्या चाहिए? आवाज नहीं जा रही क्या? तो आवाज खत्म. Yeah. Photo. Done. Amber. Puspaja. Fourth is their status should be equal to the highest, highest judicial functionaries of the country. Of the country. What does it mean? It means there will be equivalent to the Supreme Court judges. It means they would be equal to the Supreme Court judges. The fifth is, they would deal with all matters related to corruption and favoritism in the government. Right? They would deal with all matters related to corruption and favoritism in the government. Right? Sixth is that there should be no judicial interferences in their functioning. There would be no judicial interference in the functioning of ombudsman. There would be no judicial interferences in the functioning of the ombudsman. Now done, Firnaj, Amber, ho gaya? Now they have power to seek information from government officials, all government officials. 6, 7, they would have power to seek information from all government officials. Right? Now, seventh is that, the ombudsman would not seek any benefit from the government. They would be independent from the government. Ombudsman would not seek any benefit from the government. This is the general characteristics of ombudsman. Ombudsman would not seek any benefit from the government. That last point. Now, let's see the Lokpal and Lokayukta Act 2013. What are their features? Right? Lokpal and Lokayukta Act. Act 2013. Right? It was passed in 2013 after a huge demand. There's a movement. There's a movement against corruption. India against corruption. That was the organization. Second last point. They would have power to seek information from all government officials. They can seek all kinds of information from all government officials. Right? They would have power. Now look at this Lokpal and Lokayukta Act 2013. Now, right, it's this act, seeks to establish an institution of Lokpal at the center. At the center. Right? It provides a uniform structure, power, and functions to the lokpal. In order to handle corruption problem in India. Corruption problem in India. Right? The jurisdiction of Lokpal includes PM, ministers, right, MP, and government officials of all classes, A, B, C, D. You know, there are 4 types of government of employees. Employees A class, B class, C class, and D class. So the jurisdiction, second you write, the jurisdiction of the Lokpal includes, right, PM, Council of Ministers, MP means Member of Parliament, MP, and Chhattisgarh, and all government officials and all classes of government officials. Yes, judiciary also, yes. Sorry, everyone will come, yeah. But let me tell you ना, अभी थोड़ा पता चलेगा कि क्या प्रॉब्लम है इसमें. President won't come here. No, president won't come under this institution. Right? Now let me tell you, third, the Lokpal consists 1 chairman and 8 members. Lokpal consists 1 chairperson and 8 members. And at least 50% members should be from judiciary, and at least 50% members from judiciary, right? And 50% members should be from SC, ST, OBC, and women. In addition, the social composition of Lokpal should consist 50% from members from SC, ST, OBC, and women. Now it looks that it is very inclusive, right? It looks that this is a very inclusive institution. Now who select? It is a selection committee consisting PM, leader of Lok Sabha speaker, then leader of opposition in the Lok Sabha, Chief Justice of India, and eminent jurist. So लिखवा ही देता हूँ, yes, मुझे लिख ही लेने दीजिए, right? They are selected by a selection committee consisting of the following: followings. First, write PM B Speaker, and C Leader of Opposition in the Lok Sabha. In the Lok Sabha, not in the Rajya Sabha, right? In the Lok Sabha. Then CJI, or if CJI is not there, then senior most judges. Senior most judges, and E, an eminent jurist. An eminent jurist, nominated by the president. Nominated by the president. Now, this selection committee would choose the member and chairperson. Kiran, did you get your answer? Yeah, this is a selection committee which actually select the members of the chairperson and the members of the Lokpal. Now, the Lokpal will have power to supervise or direct any investigative agency, including CBI. Right? So, right, कौन सा point था? Fourth? Yeah, fifth. Right? Fifth, the Lokpal will have power to supervise or direct any agency, including CBI. Including CBI. Right? Now, there are clear timeline how corruption process will proceeds. Now, Act lays down, it would be 6 now, yeah. The Act means the Lokpal Act, right? Lokpal and Lokayukta Act 2013, lays down clear timeline. Timeline for, procedure, yeah, for investigation. Investigation. First, A, there is a preliminary inquiry. It can be done within 3 months, extendable to 3 months. Preliminary inquiry. It can be done in 3 months. 3 months. Extendable to next 3 months. It means within 6 months it will finish the preliminary inquiry. All government agencies, including ED, Kiran, against ED you can approach to the Lokpal, but let me tell you क्या क्या प्रॉब्लम है. अभी तो मैं फीचर्स बता रहा हूं. इतना ड्रॉबैक है कि no one can approach to the Lokpal. Let me tell you. Drawback इतना बड़ा है कि no one can approach to the Lokpal. What is the problem? We'll tell you little later. Now, right, preliminary inquiry. This is the first stage. B is called investigation. The Lokpal will finish investigation. अच्छा, investigation नहीं लिखा ना, process investigation. मैं इतना जल्दी में रहता हूं कि पहले ही कुछ और लिख देता हूं. Investigation is the second stage, right? First is preliminary inquiry, second is investigation. The Lokpal will finish investigation within 6 months. Investigation within 6 months, extendable to 6 months. To the next 6 months. Yani 1 year it requires 2 for the investigation, right? Then after investigation, it is called trial. Trial, right? Trial should be done in a special court within 1 year of investigation. Trial should be conducted in a special court. Within 1 year of investigation. Within 1 year of investigation. Right? So since this act provides a special court has been already set up to, to trial the corrupt people. Now let the punishment. What is the punishment? Now the persons are punished as per the, it's called Prevention of Corruption Act 1988. Right? The act provides 7 to 8, years punishment. But let me tell you, in this, the Prevention of Corruption Act was, amended in 2018, and the minimum punishment is now only 2 years. Earlier it was 8 years, now only it is only 2 years. अगर कोई फंस भी गया तो मात्र 2 साल सजना, मतलब उसको जेल जाना पड़ेगा, 8 साल नहीं. Right? So we were 6th now, 7th now. Now, right, in order to punish, in order to punish, the guilty will face at least 7 to 8 years of imprisonment under Prevention of Corruption Act 1988. Prevention of Corruption Act 1988. Okay, but in 2018, this act was amended. But in 2018, the Prevention of Corruption Act amended. Yeah, now minimum punishment is only 2 years. But in 2018, the Prevention of Corruption Act amended in 2018, and the minimum punishment is only 2 years. Is only 2 years. उन्होंने अपने आप कम कर लिया कि भाई कोई फंस गया तो हमारे में से इतना 7-8 साल रहना बड़ा मुश्किल हो जाता है. हाँ, यस, राइट, इलेक्शन निकल जाएगा, राइट, दोबारा बन ही नहीं पाएंगे तो जेल में रह के, तो इसको कम करो. Now let me tell you, Lokpal can investigate all institutions financed by the central government, partially or fully. Right? The Lokpal, 8th होगा ना ये, the Lokpal can investigate all institutions all institutions financed fully or partially by the government of India. By the government of India. Now, any institution, right? Any private institution which getting foreign fund, right? So any institution which are getting foreign fund, if donation is more than 10 lakh, then that institution can be investigated by the Lokpal. FCRA, yeah, FCRA is that law, no? Yeah, that regulates foreign funding in India, right? When हाँ, उसको बाद में मैं पढ़ाऊंगा जब आपको सिविल सोसाइटी पढ़ाऊंगा ना, how if you see the from 6 to 2014 ना, there are many prohibition on civil society groups, and one prohibition is the finance, right? So we'll talk about the FCRA 1976, FCRA 1988, FCRA 2015 में भी 12 में भी amendment हुआ था, 18 में भी amendment हुआ है, right? So we'll talk about separately, right? Ninth few part, right? Any institution which gets foreign fund more than 10 lakh can be can come under jurisdiction of the Lokpal. Jurisdiction of the Lokpal. Now this same act provides to set up a Lokayukta in several states at the state level. That is the last point you write. 10th point, the Lokpal and Lokayukta Act 2013 provides, right, to set up a Lokayukta through the enactment of law by the legislature. Sir, repeat. Sir, is social justice is taught along with the governance? अरे अभी बताऊंगा social justice. I taught you partially in the polity. When I'll deal you the topic number 3 now, I'll teach you. Don't worry about it. Amber, इतना social justice पढ़ा दूंगा, right? Yes. See, yeah. You will evolve as like Lohia, Jayaprakash, right? Jayaprakash Narayan or Lohia. Huh? Yeah. The 10th point मैं लिख ही देता हूं ना. The act provides to set up a Lokayukta, an institution of Lokayukta, at the state level, right, by the law passed by the state legislature. Let me tell you, I told you that Ombudsman is an institution framed by the legislature to check the executive and judiciary. That is Ombudsman. Now, what is the drawback of this Ombudsman? Right, this act basically. Now, first drawback is Lokpal cannot take suo motu action. Right? What is the drawback? Drawback of the Lokpal and Lokayukta Act 2013. First is the Lokpal cannot take suo motu, action. What does it mean? It cannot take action on its own. Someone has to complain. Someone has to complain. It means someone has to come register. Someone has to register, register a complaint of corruption in the lokpal. किसकी हिम्मत को कौन जाएगा? दूसरी बात, राइट? नाउ दूसरी बात है कि there is a provision of heavy punishment, right, for a false complaint against public servant, right? Basically it deters the filing complaint. What is second? It means there is a provision of heavy punishment against false accusation against public servant. क्या पता कि राइट वो कन्विक्ट ना हो, आपको ही पनिश देना पड़ा. हाँ, उल्टा खुद के पैर पे कुल्हाड़ी कौन मारेगा, राइट? नाउ let me tell you, there is no anonymous complaint is allowed. Anonymous complaint is allowed. No anonymous complaint is allowed. What does it mean? आपको रिवील करना पड़ेगा अपनी आइडेंटिटी. Third is no anonymous complaints are allowed. इसका क्या मतलब है कि यू हैव टू रिवील योर आइडेंटिटी. सब कुछ बताना पड़ेगा कि राइट. और देखो 7 साल पहले का केस आप नहीं ला सकते. लिमिटेशन पीरियड ऑफ 7 years टू फाइल कंप्लेंट. इट मींस one cannot bring any corruption issue, corrupt practice issue, sorry, the past complaint cannot be registered, right? The complaint should be within the 7 years of that. आप नहीं कर सकते. आप यूपीए 2 में 1 का नहीं कर सकते, 2 का भी नहीं कर सकते. 7 ईयर हो चुका है, राइट? सब मिनिस्टर फ्री हो गए. नाउ नो वन कैन बी, राइट? So you write fourth one, that limitation period is 7 years. No. Limitation period is 7 years for the complaint. It means the past complaint of more than 7 years cannot be registered. ठीक है. अब देख लो, मान लो कि आपने कर भी दिया पिछले साल का कुछ कंप्लेंट. अब क्या होगा? जो पब्लिक बाबू है ना, he will get all assistance from the government, all juridical assistance. उनको लॉयर भी मिलेगा, सब कुछ मिलेगा. आप भटकते रहिए, you won't get anything. The complaint, the person who complained for the corruption will not get any kind of assistance, but the public servant who is accused of the corruption will get all the complaint. Third point क्या है? No anonymous complaints are allowed. It means the identity of complaint, the identity of complaint make area should be revealed. Yeah, Hers, did you get the idea? Now there is a provision of legal assistance to the public servant against whom complaint is filed. Right, that is the last point. The fourth point, that is drawback. लीगल असिस्टेंस किसको होना चाहिए? जो कंप्लेंट फाइल कर रहा है वो. अब उसका कुछ नहीं है, कोई माई बाप नहीं है, बट लीगल असिस्टेंस इज गिवन टू द पब्लिक सर्वेंट अगेंस्ट होम द कंप्लेंट इज फाइल्ड. कौन फंसेगा इसमें? लेट मी टेल यू, इट इज ए टोटली इनइफेक्टिव. दिस एक्ट, लोकपाल एक्ट, इज ए टोटली इनइफेक्टिव. कुछ सिक्योरिटी नहीं है, एंड देन हैवी क्या है? हैवी पनिशमेंट. Right. The fifth point is there is a provision of legal assistance. There is a provision of legal assistance to the public servant against whom क्या है? करप्शन, एक्विजिशन आर मेड. एक्विजिशन इज मेड, जिसके खिलाफ में एक्विजिशन हुआ है और उसको वो मिलेगा. नाउ इफ यू लुक एट द लोकपाल एंड लोकायुक्त एक्ट, देयरफॉर यू कैन से दैट, राइट, लोकपाल and Lokayukta Act is highly ineffective. और कोई बात भी नहीं कर रहा है. You know, if you look at the state level, there is no Lokayukta. Even if there is a Lokayukta, it is not successful. हाँ, अन्ना हजारे को खुश करने के लिए लोकपाल एक्ट था, ऑफ कोर्स. जहां जंतर मंत्र खाली करना था. Now I'll tell you about the Lokayukta. We talked about Lokpal, which is a totally ineffective, right? Now I'll talk about Lokayukta. टाइम है हमारे पास? बहुत टाइम है, आज खत्म कर देना है लोकायुक्त. लोकायुक्त, हाँ कुछ लिखवाना है या? See, first Lokayukta bill was passed in 1970, but it was implemented in 1983 after 13 years. Meanwhile, Maharashtra passed the Lokayukta Act and established Lokayukta in 1971. So Odisha was the first state, which passed the Lokayukta bill in 1970, but it was a Maharashtra which appointed Lokayukta in 1971. Now, if you look at the shape, power structure, each state has different types of Lokayukta. कहीं पे कुछ और नाम है, कहीं there are, in a few states there is a Lokayukta and Up Lokayukta. In few states there are only Lokayukta. Right? In Odisha, Lokayukta is called Lokpal. There is a different nomenclature also. Explain. Acha. Fifth point, there is a provision of legal assistance to the public servant against whom accusation is made. कौन करेगा इसको explain? Who will do it? The fifth point. Someone is asking to explain the fifth point. जिसके खिलाफ एक्विजिशन होगा ना, उनको लीगल असिस्टेंस देगी सरकार, और जो कंप्लेन करेगा उसको पकड़ के थप्पड़ लगाएगी. It is, yeah, public defender. Yeah, of course, there will be public defender. हाँ, गायब ही होगा, ऑफ कोर्स करेगा ही नहीं भाई. क्या पता वो उसको एक्यूजिशन करे, वो एक्यूज करे और वो फॉल्स हो जाए, उसके बाद आपके अगेंस्ट में फाइनेंस लगा दे, 4 करोड़ रुपए दो, तुम उसका मानहानि हुआ है. राइट, ऑफ कोर्स. डिफेमेशन केस, yeah, defamation case can be filed against the person who has already filed the complaint against public servant. ना वो कहाँ भागता फिरेगा, वो बोलेगा मैं खुदकुशी कर लेता हूँ, इससे अच्छा पैसा दूं. एनीवे मीडिया क्या रे, मीडिया छोड़ो, मीडिया तो हाँ मीडिया ठीक है, वो मूवी में दिखाता है. वो कौन सा मूवी था जिसमें मीडिया का रोल नायक भी है? अभी अजय देवगन वाला दिन था गोवा पे जो मूवी थे दृश्यम, उसमें मीडिया को दिखाता है कितना हाउ मीडिया कैन हाईलाइट समथिंग, राइट. हाँ 2 अक्टूबर 3 अक्टूबर को क्या किया, यहाँ खाना खाया, वहां वो खाया, वहां पाव भाजी खाई. हाँ गुरुजी के सत्संग में गए थे हमने, राइट. 3 रुपए का वो टिकट खरीदा, वो 3 रुपए का टिकट खरीदा, और सारे बच्चे जैसे तोता जैसे बोल रहे थे उस मूवी में. बट मूवी वाज गुड. या हाँ डायरेक्टर, हाँ इज इट मे बी. नाउ कम टू द लोकायुक्त. आज खत्म करना है, टुमारो आई विल स्टार्ट ई गवर्नेंस, राइट. नाउ जो मैंने कहा आपको लिखवा देता हूं, ज्यादा नहीं है, थोड़ा है, 10 मिनट लगेगा मुझे, फटाफट खत्म करते. राइट, द फर्स्ट लोकायुक्त एक्ट, लोकायुक्त एक्ट was passed by Odisha ये लोग अपना स्पेलिंग भी बदलते रहते हैं. पहले ओडिशा का स्पेलिंग दूसरा हुआ करता था, अब ओडिशा हो गया. ओडिशा है, हाँ ओडिशा हो गया. The first Lokayukta Act was passed by Odisha in 1970, but it was implemented in 1983. Implemented in 1983. Meanwhile, in 1971, Maharashtra instituted the institution of Lokayukta. Of Lokayukta. Right? Now, if you look at how many states are there in India, 28. Only there are 21 states have, Lokayukta. Right? Only 21 states and few UTs have Lokayukta. Its power structure vary from the state to state. Power structure and functions of Lokayukta vary from state to state because it is instituted by the state law. No? So each state makes different law. Right? Now, for example, if you look at the state like Rajasthan, Andhra Pradesh, Karnataka, Maharashtra have established Lokayukta and Uplokayukta. But if you look at the state like Bihar, UP, Himachal Pradesh have only Lokayukta. Right? In Punjab and Odisha it is called lokpal. Likho, write it. Composition अभी बताता हूँ. Wait. It varies from a state to state. Right? So there is no single composition law, Amber, because it vary, because state law constitute Lokayukta. So even composition vary from a state to state. Right? यहाँ पर कुछ भी पूछो लोकायुक्त बोल देना it varies from a state to state. Right? There is no fix ना. अगर कोई उड़ीसा के बारे में क्यों पूछेगा यूपीएससी में, राइट? सो नेक्स्ट पॉइंट यू राइट, appointment. Yeah, right. They are appointed by the governor within with the consultation of the High Court of the Chief Justice of High Court. Appointment. They are appointed by governor in consultation with the Chief Justice of the High Court, HC. हाँ, क्वालिफिकेशन क्या होता है? हाँ, it varies from state to state. Yeah, you're right. From कुछ स्टेट में तो क्वालिफिकेशन भी नहीं रखा है, लाइक बिहार, किसी को भी बना दो, राइट? इट वेरीज फ्रॉम स्टेट टू state. You know, few states like UP, Himachal Pradesh, Gujarat, Odisha, Karnataka, and Assam, qualification is necessary to be appointed as a Lokayukta. But few states like Bihar, Maharashtra, and Rajasthan, qualification is not required to become. हाँ, ऐसा कुछ नहीं है, right? There are. Let me tell you, there are, if you look at the outside of the Bihar, there are more Bihari, educated also and labor also. अभी एक कॉन्फ्रेंस हुआ था तो कहा गया कि बिहारीज आर द लेबर्स बेसिकली. वी आर, ऑफ कोर्स वी आर द लेबर्स. बिहार इज अ लेबर सप्लायर, राइट? नॉट टू द इंडिया, मतलब अदर पार्ट ऑफ द इंडिया, बट टू द वर्ल्ड, राइट? अदर जगह भी जाकर वही काम करते हैं. एनीवे, राइट? Few states like Odisha, Andhra Pradesh, Karnataka, and Assam where qualification is necessary. Qualification is necessary to be appointed as Lokayukta. But few states like Bihar, Rajasthan, and Maharashtra does not mention educational, does not mention qualification. Qualification to be appointed as a Lokayukta. To be appointed as a Lokayukta. Tenure क्या होता है? Tenure 5 years or 65 years, whichever is earlier. लोकपाल में 5 years and 65 years, whichever is earlier. लोकायुक्त में 10 year, 5 years or 65 years of age, whichever is earlier. Whichever is earlier. Then jurisdiction. क्या होगा? It varies from state. Yes. It varies from state to state, right? In few states like Himachal Pradesh, Madhya Pradesh, Gujarat, CM is included under the jurisdiction of the Lokpal. In few states like Himachal Pradesh, HP, right? MP and Gujarat, MP and Gujarat. No, CM comes under jurisdiction of Lokayukta. Yukta. But in states like Maharashtra, Bihar, Odisha, CM is excluded from Lokayukta jurisdiction. But states like Maharashtra, I'm writing MH, right? Bihar and Odisha, where CM is excluded from jurisdiction of Lokayukta. Lokayukta. Right? Otherwise, all civil servants comes under the Lokayukta. All civil servants of the state comes under Lokayukta. That's all about the Lokayukta. आप पूछो क्या पूछना है? यस, मैंने अपना काम खत्म कर दिया आज का. हाँ, एंटी करप्शन ब्यूरो ED na, it is also even CBI is the anti-corruption bureau, but that is the executive of the state. Anti bureau, that is also executive part of the state. Now look at the Lokayukta, it is a not executive part of the state. It is an independent institution which checks the excesses of the executive. Right, by bureaucrat, even it can act against anti-corruption bureau. Got the idea? Anti-corruption bureau is also part of the state executive, the state government. Right, but Lokayukta is independent from the government. It is not a part of the government. Right, they are not political person. Even half of the person is from judiciary. So that is in that manner that is different from Vigilance Committee. Yeah, Vigilance Commission. That is Vigilance Commission is also part of the government. Part of the government, right? They are the part of the executive, right? But here this is not a part of the executive.
And so
it is a.
In the appointment we discussed that the 50% would be judiciary and the other 50 women, SC, or the other people. So these other section of people who are they the part of the executive or have been the part of executive?
Any eminent person who had experience on corruption, right, and government administrations. There is no specified criteria.
Not a specified criteria,
but
if you see the trend, if you have observed, so most of them are executive, probably.
मैं बता दूं लोकपाल है क्या, मुझे तो नहीं, मैं I have not paid attention to the Lokpal. There is no Lokpal has been I don't know. I'll check it tomorrow and will tell you about the update. Right? Whether do we have Lokpal at the central level or not? If yes, then who are the chairperson and who are the members? है क्या? Internet नहीं है. Okay.
Strong vigilance commission at the center.
Yeah.
Yeah,
exactly. Lokpal was very popular during 2011-12, right? It was a huge demand. It was a very long demand, pending demand, with the government. You should pass it, right? So, any more question? नहीं? अच्छा. इस वीक में कौन सी मूवी आई है? हाँ? नहीं देखा? देख के आए हैं लोग, या अवतारिया, या फुली अपडेट।
फिर आपने देखा पंचायत अभी आज
या टाइम मेरे पास बिल्कुल टाइम नहीं होता है, मेरे के पास पंचायत देखने का बिल्कुल टाइम नहीं होता है। ऑलरेडी इतना ज्यादा एंगेजमेंट है, घर पे जाओ तो वहां पे अलग सी मिनिस्ट्री चलती है, तो वहां अलग सा फॉलो करना होता है, ऑफिस आओ तो यहाँ पर अलग से फॉलो करना होता है। तो राइट, हाँ, यू हैव देयर आर सर्टेन रिस्पॉन्सिबिलिटी दैट यू परफॉर्म। तो कहाँ से टाइम मिलेगा पंचायत देखने का? अपना पंचायत का फैसला पूरा नहीं होता है, राइट। सर टाइम मैनेजमेंट, क्या मैं रात को 12 बजे देखूं और फिर मैं आपको पढ़ाते वक्त आंख ऐसे करूं? नो नो, आई डोंट वांट टू डू दैट। आई वांट टू टेक अ प्रॉपर स्लीप।
एपिसोड वॉच है 1
The most of the things I'm aware of the fact क्या होगा उसमें, right? So of course when I'll see, I will see, I'll get some nostalgia, you say nostalgia कि अच्छा ऐसा भी satire, okay, who had written this, who had, the author is a IPS, retired IPS then, अच्छा लोकपाल members, आज retired IPS. I will see it and then we'll respond you tomorrow. So should I stop then? Little early? Salary exactly. I'm lacking information. We'll tell you Amber tomorrow. Just to put a Google. It may be equivalent to the Chief Justice of India or senior Chief Justice, yeah, Chief Justice of India. Of course, है. Lok Sabha, opposition of the speaker. You remember the fourth branch of the government? Yeah, the fourth branch of government. So this fourth branch should be appointed from the committee consisting from the government, opposition, and all. Chief Justice, right? So I'll stop here today. See you tomorrow. And tomorrow I'll teach you e-governance, right? Some of the things I'll share with you. ठीक है? And that is from Yojana, right? इस साल का नहीं, पिछले साल का कुछ